The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Well, my girl got the sweetest pussy.
Welcome to SinCityBounty, broadcasting live from Las Vegas, Nevada, from our fabulous studios here at
www.com. I had some I had liquids in my mouth. Trying to say non-branded iced tea that tastes like pineapple.
Was that?
WW.
That's 6
I think I did
www.
WW.
Every time I say W now, I always think of George Walker. Did you know that W stood for Walker?
Walker? Like Texas Ranger? That's fucking awesome.
I
Honestly,
heard that on the news the other day. I was like, really? W stands for Walker? That's awesome.
so we'll just roll with like right into the political thing. I would give my left tit right now to have W back in office.
W and his pretty paintings.
Yes.
Do you know how mellow of a president he would be if he were allowed to paint while he was in office?
Why wasn't he allowed to paint while he was in office?
I don't know. He may have been able to, but...
You know what?
Maybe he did.
You know,
We just don't know.
maybe he couldn't paint in office because he needs to be high to paint, and he totally cannot be high when you are president. Though I totally think our new president, the one we got right now...
I honestly think Obama was probably high half the
Wait.
time.
I would have to
It's
say.
legal in D.C.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not federally legal.
He's a federal employee.
He is employed by the
How
federal
many
government.
times do you think the president gets drug tested a year?
None.
0.
I like try and come and get it.
I think Obama was high a little bit of the time, but he did a good job. He was like...
I think you need to be.
He was
I
like...
think as the president, like, you go home, you close the door to the private quarters of the White House, and you just have a butler standing there with, like, a Kush tray.
I mean, what did they used to say about Bill Clinton, about Monica Lewinsky, and that you are the president of the United States of America. You should be getting your dick sucked.
Yes.
You deserve it.
And honestly, I don't know a single woman who, if the president of the United States, maybe not the current one, but pick any of the ones previous to him, said, wouldn't mind getting a little Hummer. I don't know a single girl, and most of the guys I know, who wouldn't just say, sure, why not? Yeah, sure. I had the presidential pecker in my mouth. Little ball action. Motorboat the president's balls.
Hey, when a woman finally gets chosen to be president, do you think she could get a little... What do they call it? It's not a Hummer for a girl. What's it called?
It's a cunnilingus.
That's the technical term.
True that.
Dive.
Muff,
Carpet
yeah.
munching.
Does she get any carpet
Taco
munching?
Get her-
Tuesday.
Taco
Tuesday.
Every
She had better.
Taco Tuesday.
She had better. Just get her pussy licked. Like, she should just hire someone to... He would do it. Someone to sit under the big president's desk and just eat her out the whole time she's there. Just blah, 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 the whole time.
I think she...
Speaker of the House. That's their job. To not speak during this moment.
What are we going to call that official position?
Presidential pussy liquor. I was going to say the presidential pussy pound it, but not constitutional enough.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
It's a more regal
Hey,
name.
maybe some of our people online can tell us. We've got Nashoba. Hello, Nashoba. She says, hello, ladies.
Well, we could have a federal fingerer.
Hey, we have this guy named Michael. We have this guy named Michael that joined. He was my first love.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wait, this is the guy from Italy?
No.
Oh.
My first American love, I guess.
Oh, I was going to say, because
Yeah.
you totally were jonesing on some Italian kid when you were little.
Yes, there was an Italian kid named Emilio that I was really, really in love with. But that was I was like super young. This was like the first guy I could actually do shit with.
Oh.
Legally.
You know, that kind of guy.
Oh, that kind of guy. So your first pussy love.
Well, no. That's a long story. Anyway, he was my first love. Like, I could love him and touch him.
Oh.
Love and touch.
The other one. The
other way, it's just stalking.
The other one I couldn't touch because I was like 12.
That ain't stopping some girls now.
That's true. Nowadays, that does not stop a lot of girls. And then, of course, we have our super fan Mike, who says, "Good evening, ladies." And Jasper has joined us. Oh.
Hi, Jasper.
People are really white supremacists still. LMAO, it's 2017. We eat an ass these days. Everyone loves everyone. Come on.
Is that
dog.
Jasper?
It's Jasper.
Jasper is totally into eating ass, just so you all know. He posts about it on Facebook all the time.
Hey, if I were the
that.
if I were the first female president, Jasper, I would hire.
He'd be
Totally.
the regal rim jobber.
The presidential mouth.
That is a good one.
I have to write
POTUS mouth.
We don't have Toxie.
The POTUS
We don't
mouth.
have Toxie in the studio, so I got to write all the hashtags down.
The hand of the POTUS
The hand of the POTUS.
Oh yeah, you know, like the king's
instead
hand.
of hand of the king.
Yeah, the hand of the king.
I don't know. Well, no, I do like fingers. I'd hire a hand of the POTUS.
The federal fingerer.
The federal finger. Okay, keep talking while I write.
What are you writing down? Hashtags?
I have to write down the hashtags.
So, I really don't want to go too much into it because honestly, I don't want to give them that much airtime. But anyone,
I do, but I want to let's get Tyra out of the way. So, because
not like that though.
because it will probably go on for a while.
It probably will.
Because John will jump in, and I know you have some opinions that you want to share, and I know what your opinions
I've
are.
been sharing my opinions lately.
Yeah, so
And I usually don't. I usually keep my political opinions to myself. But lately, I've not been able to keep my mouth shut.
You
Stop
know,
that.
Yeah, no, I speak out now.
Yeah.
Even if I don't agree with all of my other leftist friends, I do agree that the alt-right and all those psychopaths totally wrong.
all right. So for those of you who don't know, this is Tyra.
Scott, not Banks.
I usually.
Yeah, I said thanks.
Yes. What's your last name, Tyra? Is it Banks?
I wish.
I'll take her money though.
You're as pretty as she
She
is.
got some good weave game.
You're as pretty as she is.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So there you go.
I like the darker hair. I think the last time we had you on, you had
I was
light
very blonde, and it's very long now. And
We those who listen to us regularly got a little taste of you during
I missed out on that.
during the Plush party where you sat down with us for a little while during the Plush party, right?
oh yes,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, that was the first time I've been back on in probably a good year and a half. Maybe.
I'm still in the process of downloading those videos, so they'll be up on our YouTube soon. But you can go to your Ustream and see those videos right now because they're all published. So
You can get to the Ustream through our website, SinCityBounty.com.
that's right.
And I do. I actually love the Plush parties.
Me too.
They are the best. They are my favorite parties to go to.
I'm down as long as Jacob keeps bringing that foot massager guy back. Like, that was fucking awesome.
I have the best photo. He totally posed for me because he's not a creeper, but he's giving foot massages at a Plush party. So I said, "Can you do her feet and look like a creeper?" And he did like
The best.
He was the epitome of total creepy dude.
Foot
massaging a girl's
fetishist,
foot.
super creepy.
I asked him if I could post it, so I'm going to post it. I'll post it to our super secret Facebook group first, which you can access if you support us on Patreon for at least $5 a month.
That ain't nothing. And honestly, we don't see none of that money anyhow.
That's right.
It goes right into bills. Got to pay for that website, y'all.
They are not cheap.
No.
Trust me.
And we do have a goal with our Patreon. We eventually want to take this show on the road and broadcast live from your city. So help us out. Go support us over on Patreon. You can start at, I think it's $2 is the lowest. At $2 a month if you want. You won't get in the super secret awesome Facebook group, but you know.
You
That's
will
fine.
get a shout out on the Facebooks.
And every little bit helps no matter what.
Yes.
Every contribution helps.
That's right.
Every contribution does help.
Is
So-
that right or good?
So for those of you who don't know, we have a lot of new viewers from when we stopped broadcasting for a little while and restarted again.
Mm-hmm.
And the show back in the day was filled with lots of
Porn.
I was going to find a gentle way, but that's like the best way to say it.
There's no gentle way to say
Adult
porn.
cinematic adventures.
That's right. And although we still talk about a lot of that stuff now, we haven't really had a lot of guests to that effect, but we love you whenever you're here. And whenever you show up, we always want you on because you're just a regular girl.
I really am.
With a dick.
Fly it out of her mouth.
Look, she's got a DVD coming out about it.
I know.
And she turns her head in embarrassment a little bit.
Well, it's not like I said that at her work or anything like that. Like I walked in, like, it's my favorite girl with a dick ever.
No, you don't ever. Actually, no one ever does. Except in this moment.
Got to keep it real. Raunchy.
So Tyra Scott has a new video coming out. It's called All American Trans Superstar. Superstar.
Right.
Is that? Oh, yeah. Do that again. Do it again. For
That
those
was
of
pretty
you
good.
listening to the podcast, she just did the SNL Superstar.
Molly Shannon, yeah.
Molly Shannon.
I didn't even pick the name. I didn't all the credit for the DVD. I'm in it. I had to do something. I took all the dick. But
She took all the dick.
the credit for most of the production, the filming goes to Damian Kane, the production company, which is Kinston Entertainment, my girlfriend who owns it, which is Michelle Austin, and then the company who is actually distributed nationally. Most all my DVDs we do in my kitchen. On my laptop, my printer, we make the covers and everything. But this is, completely professionally done and being distributed nationally through VIP Digital Media.
That's cool.
So it's very exciting, and it's out right now in stores. You can get it right now.
How many DVDs do you have out?
Oh, I don't know.
There are that many?
On or that I produced?
On.
Oh, there's too many.
Too many? How many have you produced?
Almost
Even
as
that
many?
number
I think
is
there's one for
overwhelming.
every year that I've done AVN, so probably 5. We're probably up to 5 or 6 now.
So when people want to find you online, the best thing would be Tyra Scott.
The quickest and easiest, the most direct route is my Twitter, which is at TS Tyra Scott, because from there you get all my links for my website, my Facebook, my premium Snapchat, my OnlyFans, my Tumblr, my Instagram.
Do you have a Tumblr?
Yeah. I don't really post much. I just look at other people's porn.
That's what we use
what
it
we
for.
do.
That's my spank bank.
It's ours too.
That's really all it is.
Are there any postings of you on your Tumblr?
Very few, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there are on my Tumblr.
phone. Open up my Tumblr.
That's what all of you did the first time I came on the show. Let's watch my porn the whole time.
It was great.
Especially
That's very
Kelly.
true.
The second time I came back.
Toxie.
Oh, Toxie, yeah. When Toxie started doing the show and I came on as a guest, she didn't know who I was. And you
Now
guys
she knows
filled
all
her
your-
in, so her research was watching my porn. And then watching it while we were there.
And then watching it again later.
That's right.
Although now she says she can't really do it.
Because she knows you and she's
She
met
knows
your...
me too. Yeah, she knows me personally, so it's weird for her to watch.
We know
I
her
can
real
fully
name, and that makes it
understand
hard
it.
to watch your porn.
I can fully understand that. Sam says you're prettier than Tyra Banks.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what SSFBG means. Oh, super secret Facebook group. Ha! I got it.
Oh, I have one of those.
Do you really?
Yeah, I have a super secret
All
Facebook.
right. Do you get to post illicit stuff in there?
No.
No.
My super secret Facebook you're on.
Oh, no, her personal
My
one.
personal
Okay.
life
No,
Facebook.
our super secret Facebook group is for people who pay to get on there, and then we can tell people stuff that we don't talk about on the show.
We post a lot of our stuff there first. When we go to the sex club, she always posts her pictures from there first in that group, and then we'll put it out to the public. So, and you get to chat directly with all of us in the group and everything.
Sex club.
Have you been to the studios?
No, we were talking about that. I've never been.
It's super trans friendly.
Yeah, except I think their trans night is a Tuesday, and that's a school night.
We went on
Yeah.
a Saturday.
We went on a Saturday
There
and it
were
was packed.
tons of
Okay, we'll go.
trans.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a ton of
I'll go.
trans there.
I'm
Not
all
this
about-
Saturday, because
Yeah, not this Saturday.
next Saturday maybe.
I need to sleep. Last night was rough.
Sexually?
Yes.
Really? Were you filming or was it for fun?
We were filming.
Oh.
We were filming. And I'll show you why it was rough.
It's like a chore when you have to do it for
my
work,
God.
right?
So, there you go.
That's like the one I got of
Oh my
Phantom of the
God.
Opera penis.
He's beautiful.
Do you want to see his face?
Nope, don't need to. Nope. You know what they call that useless piece of flesh at the end of a dick? Oh man.
His body. So, yeah, that was, my legs hurt. I need butt
There
insurance.
are other parts of you that
He's
hurt
cute.
too? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Now is he lifetime gay or
Okay, so I
Homo-
learned more about him last night.
flexible?
He, yes, very much so. He was married, got divorced, did porn as revenge. Started doing porn as revenge.
Like, what better way to do?
His ex-wife told him that porn was disgusting and gross, so he went right on into it.
And then he wasn't even just like regular porn. He's like,
He's done it all now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's now crossing over. He's a straight dude. He loves women. He loves pussy.
You can say that louder.
He loves pussy.
so do I.
So he started out doing gay porn because gay porn actually pays more money. Okay, so
I love gay porn.
I do too. It's my Tumblr. So I love all of it actually. So he started doing gay porn, and then he's transitioning into trans and also straight porn. So and he's an amazing performer.
He's a top always. Or is he ever bottom?
And all the gays. I can see that.
Really?
Because he's too big.
Oh,
Oh.
he is pretty big.
Yeah.
We saw it
Covered your whole face.
from top to bottom, and you
All
only
could
saw
see
the
was,
corners
the
of her
side
eyes.
of my eye.
Yeah.
It's like this big.
Eyes, you could see the side of my eye and ears.
And the tips, you were smiling
I was
really
smiling,
big.
yeah.
So you see the little
And
tips
I was
of
I was
her-
actually crossing my eyes.
It's a big dick, y'all. It's forehead to chin.
So this is what happens. So when I'm shooting, what's that? And you have to do photos. So this is the dick. Okay, can I pick this up?
Yeah.
And you have to look up at it, and they're like, and you have to look up at them. What happens is my eyes cross because the dick is like right here, and they're like, no, we have to do it again. We have to do it again. And I'm like, oh.
You have to look past them.
Like I have to concentrate to uncross my eyes so that I don't.
She's got
That would
her crossed eyes.
be kind of a little bit of a turnoff, I think.
I'm gonna put it in me.
Got hit by a donkey.
Got hit by a donkey.
It was a donkey.
It was big dick.
All right. You also have another event, a local event, where people can actually come and meet you.
Oh yeah.
Coming up.
Oh yeah. My birthday party.
That's right, your birthday party.
So I'm turning
22 again.
exactly for the 20th time. No.
No.
No, my birthday is this month. My birthday is August 27th, but I like to stay in my PJs on Sundays. So we're going to have a party at the Las Vegas Lounge, which is a trans bar here in Las Vegas. It's on Karen Avenue, and the party is going to be on August 26th, and the all trans band with all trans performers will be performing at 9 p.m. and then I'll come strolling in around 11. But I'll probably be there earlier so I can hear them perform. They're really great, actually. I watch their videos on Facebook.
Their name, by the way, is trans_mission.
Transmission.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so then the party kicks off at 11. Ladies free, guys $20. And then the Ladies of Secret will be performing at 1 a.m. And I'll be doing a special guest performance as well, which is it's a cabaret show pretty much. So
You taking your clothes off?
maybe.
Cabaret doesn't usually take their
Most
clothes
of
off.
them, not all of them, but
Yeah.
most of
It'll
them.
be very burlesque-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the fans and the whole
I ain't
nine
got time
yards.
for all that.
Yeah.
She'll like throw a feather at you.
That's one of my favorite phrases. I ain't got time for all
I
that.
just want to take off the layers and put some dollars in.
All right.
I'm down
So
for
that
that.
is August 26th, Monday.
Yes. No, Saturday. It's a Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, the 26th
Oh,
is
your
a
birthday's
Saturday.
the 27th.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Saturday at 11 p.m. But transmission, the all trans band transmission, would be playing at 9. So
Exactly.
you can get there a little early.
So please come out, show
there be-
support for the band. They are really fantastic. They do a lot of like the 70s and 80s rock music. So come out, support them, hang out for my party. It's going to be really good.
Awesome. Very cool.
So if you're there before 11, no cover. That's
Ooh.
the gist of it.
Well, then I guess my broke ass be there before 11.
Ladies free.
I've never once been accused of being a lady.
Okay, just get there early.
No, sir. Or ma'am.
Okay. Let's get into this.
Let's do it.
What do you want to talk? What do you want to say about what's been happening?
Well, about our political world or Virginia?
Either.
Both?
Yeah. We're going to talk about
All of it?
everything.
Okay.
We're going to talk about all of it.
So during the whole year of campaigning, I did not speak publicly about anything. Because to me, it ruins, because everybody is entitled to their own political opinions and their own views. Your choices are your choices, and I don't want that to ruin our friendships or family.
Right.
So I chose, in my house, those conversations are not allowed. But over the past, when 45 spoke out against trans people in the military,
Which was recent.
which was very recent, I took offense to that. That bothered me. I mean, the only good thing he said during his entire campaign was that he would support and do whatever he could for the LGBTQ community. But then...
He must have not remembered that he said T.
Exactly. He punked out, hid behind his phone, and tweeted that he will not allow trans people to serve in the military.
Well, he doesn't get to make that decision. so-
Exactly.
And then all the military leaders are like, no, fuck that. We like all them peoples. They fight like a motherfucker.
Exactly. Because for me, I don't like to get up early in the morning. I don't want to do it. I mean, look, I am so happy for anyone, and I'm proud, and thank you for everyone who is there supportive, but I'm just not that person. If it came down to it, if someone came to me to attack me that was a terrorist, yes, I'll probably come for you and, take you down. But I'm not that military serving person. That's just not me. But there are other people that are trans and who do want to serve this country. Please do. Please go enlist. Go right now
Do it.
and do it. Show everyone in this world that you are not weak, because we are not a weak people. And that is what Trump is sending out in his message, that we are weak and that we're materialistic and that we're after materialistic things to transition. And that's the only reason we're joining into the military.
It's not all that true. Most of the people who join in the military want two things: a college scholarship, which is a joke, which you get from the military, although it helps. It certainly
little
isn't.
bit. It
Certainly
does
isn't
a
going to get
little
you a
bit,
PhD.
It all depends on situations. I know a couple people who completely went to school in there.
They're not getting a PhD.
No.
You might
Enough
get
to get them started.
might get you started, yeah. So they join the military for two reasons: they want to get a college education, or they want to serve their country. Very few people join just because there was nothing else to do. I joined to serve my
Actually,
country.
That's not true. There's been studies where a lot of the military get their their signups from poorer neighborhoods because there is nothing to do.
And
There's no way to make any money whatsoever.
so they do join for an
Yeah.
income, but I think the people who don't have the mentality for it, that desire and drive,
Yeah, they wash
they're
out in
gonna get
basic.
weeded
Yeah.
out over
Yes, they
a
do.
couple of years. They
Right.
will
The
get weeded out. Yeah.
people who end up serving, the people who serve the military are not the people who are there because they need a paycheck. They end up being there because they have the right mentality for it. They do want to serve. They're okay with fighting and dying for their country and for everybody in that country, not just like when I took my oath, it wasn't like everybody but the gays and the blacks. It was everybody. Like, I get to protect everybody, not
That's
just
what it
like
is.
It's not like I can be like, wait, Mr. Terrorist, are you killing me because there's gay or black people in my country? Oh, you can't kill me then, because that's not who I'm protecting. Like,
Exactly.
that's some bullshit, motherfucker.
Everybody needs
You
to
are.
protect and serve. If you want to, that's what you want to do, you need to be able to do it.
They're there to serve every United States citizen who lives anywhere, because we got citizens who live all over the world. We're there to fight, die, and protect those people.
My freedoms, the ones that I have that allow me to live in my authentic self. So if I'm living in my authentic self, why should someone who is living their authentic self also not be able to fight for their own rights?
Yeah.
It's very simple. To me, I'm sure there are people who do not agree.
So you're very vocal now.
Yes.
You stopped being silent.
Yes, I started speaking out. I recently spoke at Ameriprise Financial about being trans and LGBTQ issues with their employees, and that was something that came up, and we did talk about that. And they were a wonderful group of people. They were very understanding. They asked a lot of great intuitive questions. Even people who are former military who are now working there, think that trans people should be able to go serve. And luckily, Ameriprise is a very forward-thinking company. They actually provide health care for trans people and cover their trans procedures.
That's great.
Yeah.
I wish the world could be more like that.
How much conflict have you had now that you're speaking out more often? Is it
None.
That's good.
None so far.
That's great.
Plus, also don't look at a lot of negative stuff.
Should be like, so Trump I support, click.
Yep.
Just keep
I
on going.
I just keep scrolling.
I do too.
I even tweeted Trump several times.
Did he block you?
No, I have not been blocked yet.
Oh, good.
He's probably a member of my website.
Most likely. Hey, 45, we'll take your money.
The ones who hate the most are the ones who give the most money and pay for the merchandise.
That's the pattern.
They really do.
That's the pattern that we have found throughout history.
I'm from Virginia, and we used to say, so it was very close to D.C. all the time. Republicans hate gay people, but they sure do love gay prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or bathroom stalls.
Yes.
Glory hole. And the rest will follow.
Hit that high note.
Oh,
All right,
Lord.
What else you got?
What do you think about what happened in Virginia?
Let's talk about Virginia now.
So, I'm actually a little sheltered on a lot of the stuff. I only know bits and pieces because I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and read everything. What I've been seeing is mostly little spurts. 140 characters of Twitter about Virginia. First, I saw something on Saturday where a friend of mine was posting. He was in Charlottesville while it was happening. He was asking, what's going on? Is anybody watching the news? And I was getting ready for an event, so I couldn't really go dig that much. And then I started seeing it was this neo-Nazi group that aren't even citizens of Virginia. They're not even residents of Virginia. It came from other states to do a terrorist act.
Well, the original, I think, idea was they were just going to get together and have a rally, and then there was a group of anti-protesters or protesting the protesters, pro-protesters? I don't know. So there were some sane individuals who went down there to talk to these psychopaths, or at least to tell everyone else they did not agree with the psychopaths. And then one of the psychopaths took it upon himself to get in his car and mow through the crowd of anti-protesters. And he killed a woman whose last words on her Facebook page were, if you're not outraged, you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
I need to find that.
So
Now, there is a report, and it has not been proven. There's no pictures of it. There's no anything. And most of this is coming from, you can guess where. The guy who was driving the car, the reason that he plowed into that group was because somebody was beating his car with a bat.
Who gives a crap?
But my point is, that's the story that they're putting out there. But there is no evidence of it. There's no, no pictures, no nothing. It's all,
I don't believe
it's
it.
just more bullshit.
So the thing that
Fake news, alternate facts.
So I want you guys to know, for those of you, I know a lot of you probably have been following the story, know the story. This group of people, the United Right, I think is what is the name of the main group that is sponsoring this. They wanted to go and
Hitler's Youth.
It's called United Right.
Hitler's Youth.
They wanted to go and protest that the city of Charlottesville, Virginia, was taking down the Robert E. Lee Memorial, a statue, and they were changing the name of, I thought it was just the park, but from Trump said it was the Robert E. Lee Park, and changing it to Emancipation Park. So these guys in polos and khakis with their
Red hats.
blue light special Kmart tiki torches on the night before the actual protest, Friday night, were out in force with their tiki torches lit in protest of the statue of Robert E. Lee being torn down. For those of you who don't know, Robert E. Lee ran the Virginia Confederate Army.
So, quick question. A lot of these statues are not just being removed. They're being moved to new locations. They're being
Museums, probably.
mostly
yeah.
they're going to museums. So they're
Which is
not
where they
actually
should
being
be.
they're not being destroyed.
Well, nature's destroying them. It's deteriorating these statues.
Right, we're actually preserving them by putting them inside, motherfuckers. But anyway, they're not actually being destroyed. A lot of them are simply being moved to other locations.
There's nothing wrong
Except-
with
Wait. Here's
Because
an
then they're so
analogy.
many
Here's an analogy
hold
for
on,
you.
before we get too
Hold on,
far
hold on.
into the statue conversation, let's go back to the protest. I have watched, unlike you, I have watched almost every news clip about this and listened to all the CNNs and the MSNBCs and the ABCs and all that. These were some of the things that they were saying during that Friday night protest. They were saying things like blood and soil, chanting blood and soil, blood and soil, blood and soil. You will not replace us. Jews will not replace us. Whose streets? Our streets. And the kicker, white lives matter. So you tell me, were they there to protest Robert E. Lee's statue being taken down?
No.
Not a reporter that I listened to said that. I mean, it's known. We know that they weren't there to protest the Robert E. Lee statue being taken down.
They're using it as a catalyst.
Yeah.
An excuse to be there. And you're right, they came from everywhere else.
They came from everywhere else. Ohio, which is just across the mountain.
One
And-
from motherfucking Reno,
You
Nevada.
UNR.
You
So this was an organized event. This wasn't just some people getting in a freaking hillbilly truck and driving
no,
down
they
the road.
dressed alike. It was like
You know?
fucking Sadie Hawkins for Nazis.
You know, in Virginia... Oh my God. Sock hop.
Yeah.
So Virginia is full of Civil War monuments. Okay, my high school was called Lee Davis High School. Robert E. Lee, and I don't remember the other Davis. My middle school, Stonewall Jackson. Monument Avenue in Richmond, Virginia, has the huge statues of Robert E. Lee on his horse. Humongous marble statue. If I remember correctly, I think his body's in there too. I don't really remember. It's been a long time.
Here's a lot of things that people don't realize is that those statues weren't erected right after the Civil War.
No, they weren't.
To celebrate the Confederacy. They were erected during high racial tension times, like when the Jim Crow laws were going on, and during the Civil Rights Movement in the 60s. All of those statues went up during high racial tension moments in history.
To simply the racial tension moments even more.
Yes, it's like taking a stand.
That's basically
Right?
Richmond for
Like
you.
poking the fucking bear.
So here's my question. If you go to East Germany, how many statues do you see of Hitler or Himmel or Rommel?
That's right.
Or Goebbels?
None.
You're absolutely right.
None.
Our president.
And look at the guys that got their ass kicked for last week. They were in Germany giving the Sieg Heil salute.
And the Germans beat them up.
Beat the crap out of them.
We don't talk about that
Because
time.
That is
Oh, they
against,
don't.
That is against the law
That is against the
in
law.
Germany.
Yes.
Our president today, I believe, after his first fucked up
the press
retort
conference.
on what was going on, and then to the second one, or today was, I can't remember.
When he
But
finally just exploded. And
today he finally said he condemns all white supremacists, all white separatists, all KKK, but not everybody in that crowd was a member of the white separatist or white supremacist group, number one.
Yes, they were.
Number two, taking down the statues is destroying history and American culture, and what are we going to do? George Washington owned slaves. Are we going to tear all his statues down? Thomas Jefferson owned slaves. Are we going to tear all
Exactly.
his statues down?
Didn't he also have children with his slave?
Many.
One of his
Yes.
slaves? Many.
I want John to find, there's a video of the Hitler regime symbol, the swastika, on the top of the building in Berlin that is being blown up after the defeat of Germany in World War II. They destroyed everything. In the North, during the War of Independence, Benedict Arnold did a brave thing, I think at Saratoga. But they don't have a statue of Benedict Arnold in Saratoga. They have a statue of his leg from where he was wounded in that battle. That's it. It's just his motherfucking leg.
Because he was Benedict fucking Arnold fucking traitor.
That's one of my favorite American stories.
It's just his leg. Here's where a traitor got shot.
Do you know what? Where my mind goes? Eggs Benedict. I don't know why.
Wait.
That's
Wait.
where I
Mine-
went. Maybe
mine
it's 'cause
just-
I'm
Did you
hungry.
say legs, Benedict? Yeah.
And mine
Maybe
just
it's because I'm hungry. I don't know.
just went to hollandaise sauce. So there you go.
It's time to eat.
Hashtag hollandaise.
Is anyone?
No, Blueberry
it's-
Hill's got a great selection of eggs Benedicts.
Ooh, I've actually never had eggs Benedict.
Oh, it's good.
And I watched part of the speech from the governor of Virginia. And it was the part where he said, "Go home. We do not want your kind here."
Hallelujah, brother.
And he was the best one. Maybe he should run for president.
I vote for him.
Bernie.
I would vote.
So-
I would vote for anyone who would just open their mouth and say, "We denounce all white supremacists, Nazis, and other racial extremist groups."
And then on Saturday, when the car thing happened, and I don't know if Trump explicitly, I don't think he explicitly said that the guy's car was being attacked, but the Vice, I posted on our Facebook page. It's a video. It's a 22-minute video from Vice, where they sent this beautiful blonde Scandinavian-looking reporter into
Of course they did.
the white supremacist group to get an in-depth, close story, and it's a little trigger warnings, I guess, if you're
Is
you're
this the Vice
sensitive.
News?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the main guy who's talking for the United Right in the video, he talks about some of the things that he says is like, "I'm making myself so I can be more violent if I need to. They keep saying that we're non-violent. I will kill those motherfuckers if I have to." And then he also says, he's the one that says in the video that the guy was totally justified in plowing through that crowd because they were attacking his car, and he wanted to get away from it, so he plowed
Walk
through the
away.
car. And that is a horrendous video to watch that car plow into all those people and then back up.
They
Out of the crowd.
They just put out a couple of hours ago a video from the drone above the whole thing
Really?
of the car. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I haven't had time.
I'm gonna have to. I know what I'm doing tonight while I'm eating Taco Bell.
Well, I'd like to see if there, yeah. Del
Taco
Taco's got
sounds
3
good.
tacos for $129.
Oh, I saw this carne asada thing on the commercial when I was putting on the garage tonight. I was like, oh. Sorry, guys.
It's
is
Taco
Tuesday.
I
Tuesday.
enjoy food a lot.
She fits right in. She's our resident skinny fat girl.
Yep. That's why we always see her at all the Plush events.
Desiree calls me a feeder.
Yeah. She
Been
is.
to my house.
I
now.
have. I have. You don't walk away. If you walk away hungry from one of her parties, that's your own goddamn fault.
It really is. I can't help you. Even if you just come over my house, are you hungry? Do you want something to eat?
She's like my super Mormon grandmother.
You can tell me no.
Do you want
All right, I'll
seconds?
fix you a plate. I have some leftovers.
You don't have to worry about bringing me back the Tupperware. I got plenty.
I really do. I have so much.
There's a lot of things being said. Right now on Facebook, I see a lot of things as you need to pick a side.
No, I don't.
You either are anti-fascist or you're a fascist.
Well, that's the problem with that is that fascism is like everything else, comes in a fucking rainbow of colors. You can either be against hate or you can be for hate. That's really the two sides here. It's not about a political party. It's not about a political ideal. It's not about whether I think we should spend our money on single payer health care or whether we should subsidize health care in the private sector. Like, that's not what this fucking shit's about.
Although I'll bet you race enters into a lot of heads when they think about whether they should vote for it or not.
Well, I'm sure it does, but that's not what's happening in Charlottesville. What's happening in Charlottesville is the same shit that happened that landed us in the last World War in Germany.
That was a terrorist attack.
That was
plain and simple is what that was.
What's happening is hate. Hate for people because of the way they look, because of the way they believe, because of who they fuck. Whose goddamn business is it of yours who they fuck? Whose business is it of yours if they don't believe in the same kind of God you do? And have we not proven through a myriad of scientific experiments that it doesn't matter what you fucking look like? We're all the same thing inside. Like, I could go out right now and get a really good tan and speak with an accent and look a little Mexican. A little blue-eyed Mexican, so a little Castilian going on in there, but I could totally pull it off. I'd have to pay for the tan.
I think these groups are feeling enabled, like they're justified in what they're doing because of our president.
It's the
because
first
of the
time
way
in
that
history.
He spoke so much hate to so many groups and so many people during his campaign.
He has.
That now these groups have been enabled by him.
Yes, he is an enabler.
And the Constitution allows us free speech.
You can talk.
Everybody.
I get that.
But it does not allow you to incite or speak insightful speeches.
It's a peaceful protest. What they
Right.
did was not peaceful.
That's exactly right. And that's the difference. Everybody's saying, well, they're entitled to free speech. Absolutely, they certainly are. But
if they
that's
had shown
not
up-
what they're doing. They
No,
are
they're not.
inciting
Riots,
violence.
yes.
And that's exactly what that slimy puke motherfucker Cheetos is doing. So he's out there spreading that. Just, hey.
And even today, even during that big conference. He wasn't even supposed to be talking about it today. He was supposed to be talking about infrastructure. And he got blindsided with a bunch of questions, and he spent like 40 minutes.
Oh, that work conferencing or something.
Yeah, talking about how hey, there's both sides, and the alt left.
Why?
The alt left came with their sticks and just we're going to incite violence as much as
blaming the other side.
He's blaming. He says
And
they're
that's not
both
what
at
happened.
fault. He doubled down on that because that was what he said the first time.
So here's the thing. The alt-left would have never showed up if the alt-right had stayed their racist ass home. If they'd have just stayed home and ate their white bread with their white chicken in their white house, there wouldn't have been no goddamn violence. They can't have no brown crusts. Put your white butter on your white bread and go to bed, motherfucker. Nobody gives a fuck what you think. Honestly, you don't give a fuck what I think. I don't give a fuck what you think. Let's go not give a fuck what each other thinks in our own homes away from each
I
other.
actually get a lot of nasty messages in my Twitter. I was actually suspended from Twitter because of one person attacking me. And
Attacking you and you got
me
suspended?
Yes, and I got suspended. Luckily, I had screenshots of everything, and it was absolute hell to get my Twitter back.
Why
They
would,
said I was in violation of the terms and service.
have you seen what people do to Twitter?
Exactly. And I showed where this guy was constantly harassing me, insulting. I know I do know a lot of people in Las Vegas and this world just because of my business, and so I communicate. That's how I communicate with a lot of people, and I don't hurt people. I never put anything out into the world while I'm intentionally hurting someone. I don't post that kind of stuff. I don't talk to people in that way. If I have a problem with you, I'll just speak my piece. I'll say, I don't like what you did because of yada, yada, yada. So I'm removing myself from this relationship. And these groups are not doing that.
No.
If you have a problem with someone, that's cool. Have your problem. Have it at home. Have it peacefully behind your trailer walls.
With your white bread
This is
and your
Exactly.
This is what
whole milk.
We talked about how the history tells us that those who don't like trans or gay are usually the first purveyors of it.
really
right?
are.
History tells us that. History teaches us that.
Thank you for your memberships.
History.
You buy her nice clothes.
History, and if you do just a modicum of research, history also tells us that the white right movement, the white separatists, the white supremacists, the KKK movement, is a violent movement. Completely violent.
I saw a
If
really
you actually
great meme
research the
today. There's been a lot of them lately. And it basically says, if you want to scare the hell out of a white supremacist, have them take a DNA test.
I love
Oh,
that meme.
absolutely.
Do you know how much you comes out of Africa, motherfucker? A lot.
A lot. I actually got into an argument with someone on Facebook a couple of years ago. They were posting about the Confederate flag, about how it's a symbolism of the South. So I said, you should probably understand what that flag actually represents. Well, yes, it represents the South. Actually, it doesn't. If you do simple research,
Just Wikipedia.
they said it's the Confederate flag. Actually, it was not. There were, I think, 20 different Confederate flags. Only one was an official Confederate flag that was adopted by the Confederacy. This flag was a creation by people that were in the Confederacy. It was used in, I think, one or two of the armies, or regiments is what you would call them. That flag did not have any justification or any knowledge or any presence until the KKK came to be. That's who took that flag and brought it into its existence. And that's when it got growth. And then it got growth because of Dukes of Hazzard. Once again, because they put it on the side of their car.
It was a symbol of the
It
South.
was a symbol. And that's where the symbol of the South came from.
You know what a symbol of the South is? Pimento cheese sandwiches and fucking sweet tea. Those are symbols of the South.
Lemonade.
Lemonade.
Those.
Hey, wait.
those
What do
wisteria
they-
trees.
Mint julep on the porch.
What do they tell the snowflakes? You lost, get over it.
Yeah.
That's what we should tell
The South.
Confederacy.
You lost. Get
I'm
over
Southerner.
it.
I am
But-
from the South.
But the thing,
and
it's not about the South losing anymore.
No, no, no.
it's
about-
not.
No.
It has nothing to do
It's
with
all
that
hate.
anymore.
It's about
all
hate.
about
It really is.
we're
It has
white
nothing to do with the
people.
South.
We want our country to be just for white people. So
Move to Norway.
I was listening to
And we're getting to be in the minority.
I was listening
Yeah.
to a podcast on the way in. Not only have blacks been attacked and Mexicans been attacked.
Oh, yes.
There was one incident, and I wish I could remember the details of it. But there was one instance where a woman and her kid, American Indian, Native American,
First peoples of our country.
They were here first. Mexicans were actually here first. Mexicans, Indians, Native Americans.
yeah, were attacked by some white right-wing people. The Southern Poverty Law Center did a civil suit against them on their behalf. So they don't want anybody here but them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. When I was
How boring would
when
that
we
be?
were here
no
in-
big black dicks. Ladies! Ladies! Y'all need to be protesting this.
Are there some here? Did one walk in? What happened?
No, but we can call some people real
I was
quick.
reading a message and
when my family landed back here, because I'm a military brat, so I've lived all over the world. When we landed back here in 1980, 1980, we drove from New Jersey to Las Vegas, and in Ohio,
That's a white state.
my mom, my Asian mom, and myself had to go in and get a hotel room because my dad was dark-skinned Puerto Rican, and they would not give him a room. So we had to go in and get the room, and he had to sneak into the room with my little sister, who's very dark-skinned, and my little brother.
Who is hot as fuck.
Well, back then he was just.
He's probably just adorable
He was
as
just a little
shit.
brown ball back then, but yeah. Jasper put something. I think it was Jasper who said, "Oh, when white people go to the Home Depot now to go get their tiki torches, they're going to have to apologize profusely to the clerk." And I wanted to put underneath there, just have them send their non-white friends in to go buy it for them.
Oh man, did you see
Hey, that could be a hell of a business now.
Did you
know
see that the tiki company that makes those
Yes.
tiki
Yeah.
torches spoke out against them and said, this is not the intended use of our product and we do not like these motherfuckers? They spoke out better than the fucking president did about...
Everybody.
What
does.
I love too is this, kind of been glossed over, but all of the CEOs that are bailing out of his.
That was his
Merck,
last,
which is a medical one.
There's 5 of them so far.
Merck was the big one, and I
Yeah.
think it was the first one. And now Donald Trump is talking shit about this company.
Yeah.
He says, for every CEO that drops out of the manufacturing council, I have many to take their place. Grandstanders should not have gone. Jobs! !
Yeah. But in his press conference today, he was talking, I think he said some bad things about Merck, and so everybody's like, well, why the fuck did you have him on your council in the first motherfucking place?
If you didn't like them, then why you got them there?
Another friend of mine
he likes
posted,
Macy's until
I don't
Macy's
know
canceled
why,
him.
I don't know why, but another friend of mine posted something about defending Donald Trump and let him do his job. No other president ever has been attacked as much, or his wife threatened, or his children threatened. And
President Barack Obama's wife got threatened to be raped on a daily basis. When his children were babies, little fucking kids, not even bleeding their panties yet, people were talking about raping those girls. Fuck you, bitches. Fuck you.
well, my first question is, why the hell would you post something like that right now when the president is doing a horrible job at being president?
He's saying he's never been so attacked in his life, but actually, let's one up that. Okay, Abraham Lincoln, JFK. I think we got you beat, boo boo.
Ronald Reagan got shot. Well, he only got attacked by a Dorito in his living room, so we won't talk about W.
I want a Dorito taco.
I know it was a corn chip, but I don't know if it was a Dorito or a Frito or a Taki.
I would sneak out with him.
With W? Yeah, me too.
Probably a Taki.
Probably a Taki.
I'm like, shh.
But like, come on, brother, I got the Kool-Aid. And the good weed.
I'd also smoke out with Obama too.
Yeah.
I bet you him and Michelle
Oh,
are.
he has good cup.
Yeah, he does.
We're gonna make a list and put it in our super secret Facebook. Presidents we want to get high with.
Clinton.
Hell
Both
yeah.
of them.
That motherfucker'd be naked with his saxophone.
Is
He'd
there
be
any fall asleep during his wife's conversation.
There's only I want to get high with Jimmy Carter. He's mellow now.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine him stoned.
You know what? Ronald Reagan was an actor before he was a politician. I bet
A
you that.
horrible one at that.
Yeah, not even all that good. But I bet you that motherfucker could smoke some weed too, because you don't grow up in Hollywood in the 60s and not puff a little ganja.
I'll bet you Jimmy Carter turns into Buddha. Like just nothing but witticisms coming out of his mouth.
The Love Guru.
Wisdom.
What was his name?
That's
for
awesome.
The movie, The
The
Love
wisdom.
Guru.
Namaste,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
No, wasn't
Hargitay.
it? Melissa Harmon?
Yeah, Mariska Hargitay.
So okay, so our
Mariska.
buddies, the North Koreans, have pulled back a little.
Well, because China probably sent someone over to say, stupid you little fucker.
Calm
said-
down, little bobos.
So I heard,
that no more. You go
I heard today that they Kim Jong Un said, you know what? I'm just gonna step back and just watch the stupid Americans and see what they do.
They're going to blow themselves up.
See what Americans
He's
do
like,
next.
I don't need to do this.
So-
They're gonna screw themselves.
But here's the thing. He says we're gonna watch what those stupid Americans do next. Let's hope we do nothing.
That's not
And
going to
that's
happen.
exactly what needs to happen. Just shut the fuck up.
You can hope all you want. But everyone who's worried about Kim Jong-un doing anything forgets the fact that China may say they won't do anything. That don't mean they
they're
won't
gonna
do
go,
anything. Like, they just be like, I don't know what happened. We woke up and South Korea had a new parking lot. Like, China had nothing to do with it. Nothing.
They do
I-
have military bases that just pop up out of nowhere, and they have an entire Himalayan battle range that borders India. They have the whole thing mapped out.
Look,
over 50 acres.
Look,
Their own little miniature version of
China
the border.
China would absolutely be the motherfucker who wake up one morning and be like, "What do you mean North Korea's dead?" Whoa, we don't know what happened.
I've never heard of North Korea.
Kim Jong Who?
North Korea.
That's what China would be
on our
like.
satellite.
You know why? Because North Korea don't buy shit from China. You know who buys shit from China?
We do.
We do. That's right.
One day we're gonna have to work for them.
I work for them now.
I'm gonna have to make. I'm gonna
Start
make
learning the
iPhones
language.
one day.
You got to learn some Mandarin.
And toys. I'll be making them talk trunks.
Chris says it's the flag of the colonies, nothing to do with any South, out any racism or such.
The colonies had their own flags. It was actually the British flag.
Learn your history, Chris. If you want, I'll post them on our page. We'll
post you some links.
Just some on our page.
We's gonna educate you.
Those were the British colonies. Properties in England.
I'm glad we got to rant a little bit. Did you get everything else out that you wanted to get out?
Fuck hate, fuck Nazis, fuck Trump.
There we go. I'm Alexia.
Tyra.
Sierra.
And we will see you next week.
If you're brave enough.
Later, bitches.
That was good, too.